Hey guys, in today's video we're checking out a cheap plug-and-play wireless guitar system. This is the WS70 by Lekato. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If not, I'm going to mispronounce it for the whole video. So this is a very portable wireless guitar system. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up. It only costs about $40 and it actually transmits on a different frequency than most of these cheap plug-and-play wireless systems, which makes it a little more unique. So I did a video recently on the WS50, which is by a different company. I'm going to address that here later in the video. And I also did a video, kind of a master video, covering all of these cheap plug-and-play wireless systems I thought would be kind of the end of me reviewing these, but this one's a little bit different and I wanted to do a video on it. So we're going to check it out, go over some of the specs, some of the reasons why you might buy it. Links will be down in the description below for where to purchase and any other links that I discuss in the video. So before we get started, I post videos like this all the time, stuff on gear, wireless, in-ear monitors, MIDI, programming, Helix, finding the cheapest stuff on Amazon that works well. If you're interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to ring the bell. All right, let's get started. All right, so if you've never used any of these cheap plug-and-play wireless systems, it's about as easy as it gets. You turn them on. So this one, you push the button, you'll see it turn green. They're labeled. One of them's a transmitter. That goes into your guitar. This one's labeled the receiver. That goes into your amp, your first pedal, or your audio interface, or whatever you're going to plug into, and you're ready to go. It is about as easy as of a setup as you can get with these types of wireless. Okay, so looking online, there's something really interesting about this is that, like I said, I did a video on the Sweetwater one, the WS50, and that is available on Amazon. You can see here the WS70, and that's about $70, but Lekato, however you pronounce it, makes the exact same one for about $40. And it's literally the exact same thing, the same design, same everything. So I think it's just like a licensing deal or something, like they sold it to them to distribute it as well. So this is the cheapest one. So of course I'm going to go with that one. That would be the one that I recommend. So just looking at some of the specs, it says it has a little bit less than 6 hours of working life. On the box, it actually says it has 4.5 hours of battery life, which is more than enough to survive a 4-hour gig. It says it transmits to up to 130 feet, which is pretty far. There's less than 3 milliseconds of a delay, which isn't going to be noticeable. You can rotate it around so that it doesn't just stick out of the guitar. Some of the other ones kind of stick out, which is kind of ugly. It also gives you a battery indicator, which is really nice. Right here on the side, you'll see it, that you can see how much battery is left, which is really nice that you have that. And the thing that's nice about this system is you can see down here where it does the comparison. But if you watched my other video of the master video on these cheap plug-and-play wireless, most of them are on 2.4 or 5.8. 5.8 is better and more reliable in my opinion. You should watch the whole video if you really want a breakdown of that. This one actually transmits on UHF, which means that it transmits around like the 500 megahertz range or in the 900 megahertz range. So overall, all the specs on this is making it a really great system, especially for $42. You really can't go wrong with this. It does have a built-in battery, which is nice. It actually charges over micro USB, which you can find right here. And it does include a dual USB charger, so you can charge both of them at the same time. So one of the other things I've noticed about this one is that it's skinnier than most of the other ones. So this is the other one by Sweetwater, the WS50, which I did a video recently about, and you can see that it's skinnier. I don't know if it's a huge deal for you, because I mean, these aren't very big anyways, but this one is definitely smaller and slimmer, even compared to like the Amoon one that I really like. It's a tiny bit taller, but it's still skinnier. I don't know if that is something that you take into consideration, but if it is, there you go. So I often get asked when I post these cheap plug-and-play wireless reviews, does this work with active pickups? I personally don't own any guitars with active pickups, and I could not find anything online or in the manual about active pickups, so I cannot confirm this. If you need one that 100% does work with active pickups, the black Amoon one is supposed to work with active pickups, but I don't have a way to test it. Amazon does have a great return policy. You can always just order this one, try it. If it doesn't work with your guitar or bass, you can return it. If you do use this system and it does work with active pickups, please leave a comment down below so we can confirm if they do or do not work with active pickups. So one of the features in here that you'll see in the manual, it says the WS70 can support 70 sets to use at the same time. I don't think using 70 of these is pretty crazy. I think you're pushing the limit on a $40 system, you know, the nice Shure ones. You to spend lots and lots of money in order to use 70 wireless all at the same time. But what that tells me, and again, with these cheap systems, you know, the manuals they show you how to use it, but they don't really go into much detail on exactly how they work. But what I'm assuming is they turn on and it finds the best channel and transmits on that. So it'll check to see what channel's available and it'll transmit on that. But you don't really have any control to change the channels. On the more expensive ones, you can, if you're getting interference, you have a way to change the channel. With this one, if you're getting interference, I guess you could turn it off and turn it back on, see if it finds a better channel. But for $40, this system is great for, you know, you're going to make some sacrifices with it. So as far as a tone test, my philosophy on tone is, does it sound good? If so, use it. I'm not oh, here's how it sounds with a cable, here's how it sounds with this, here's how it sounds with all this stuff, the A-B comparison, I don't think is necessary. For me, it's, can I get a good tone out of this? If so, I'm going to use it. So I'm going to show you a clean tone and a distortion tone. So here's a clean tone. And here's a distortion tone. So did that sound good? I mean, this is where it gets weird because everyone's so picky about their tone, and you might not have liked the way that my tone sounded. That was a type of tone that I go for with my music usually. Depends on the band that I'm playing in. But to me, it sounded good. If I plugged it in and listened to a cable and did a super A-B comparison, I think it's unnecessary because I've gone to gigs, I've plugged these in, and I go, oh, that sounds pretty good. And I didn't think anything else of it. So to me, these sound great, and they're completely worth using. All right, so now to test out the range, I'm going to strap a GoPro to my head. I'm going to just noodle around on my guitar and walk around my house. So I was able to walk around my house with no problems. The range on this is great. So one of the other things, if you watch the other video, most of these plug and play wireless systems either transmit on 2.4, like this GETARIA one, or on 5.8, but like this Amoon one. I'm not going to go into the entire details of 2.4 versus 5.8 again. If you want to find out more about that, you should watch the video. So what I recommended doing is, instead of spending like $150 for ones by like X5 and stuff like that, is to get one on 2.4, like the GETARIA one, which is $40, get one by the Amoon one or something like that, or even Lekato makes one in 5.8 for about $60. And then you have two different wireless on two different frequencies for only $100. So this system right here does not transmit on either of those. It actually transmits on somewhere in the UHF frequency. That would be around the 500 megahertz range or in the 900 megahertz range, and only for $40. So if you watched that video, I would add that you can get a third wireless and have 3 wireless systems all on different frequencies, and that would be only $140, which is still cheaper than a $150 system by like the X5 and stuff like that. If you're looking at a first purchase, if you're just looking at getting a wireless system, a $40 wireless system that works well, that I've gigged with, and I'm going to go over my experience, but I haven't had any problems with this, and I've used this at about 7 different gigs now. No problems with it. This is a great intro wireless. If you just play around the house, 100% absolutely use this. Any wireless that you bring to a gig, you should always have a backup cable anyways, but like I said, I've used these at gigs because I always wait to do reviews until after I've tried them out, because I don't want to just say, hey, this is what it says online. It should work. I want to actually try out the products before I post about them. And this one has worked great. So whether you're going to follow my advice on getting 3 different wireless on different frequencies for under $150, which is ridiculous. I can't even believe that's an option. And actually, I was able to fly out of the country and do some gigs, and that's actually exactly what I did. I took a 2.4 frequency system, a 5.8 frequency system, and this system to make sure that I didn't have any problems, and sure enough, it worked fine. Or if you're just looking at a new wireless system, this is a great intro one. Okay, so my experience with these, my biggest adventure with these is I was able to go to Turks and Caicos for 2 weeks and play music out there. It was absolutely amazing. I had it, if you've never been to Turks and Caicos, that was my first time. It's amazing, the best water I've ever seen in my life. I did post a travel vlog on my Instagram, so if you want to check it out, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Scott Ewell Music. I took them there. They worked great. They never let me down. I tried them on my guitar and my wife's guitar, and they both worked great. I was able to take this to a live stream. I gave it to my singer actually to use, and he used it with no problems. It worked great. I got hired to play with another band, and I brought it to that. It worked great. I brought it to 2 different practice spaces. It worked great at all of those. So it's important to test them out at different spots. That's the thing with these cheap plug-and-play wireless systems. They can get interference at different locations, but trying these out at multiple spots all around town and even out of the country, it hasn't let me down yet, and it has worked great. So do I recommend this system? Absolutely. $40 for the cheap plug-and-play wireless system. That's really nice. I love that. Just something to keep in mind, the entry-level Shure one is about $300 to $350. The Shure PGX, which is one that I've used for years, $350 for that system. This is about a sixth of that price. Is that right? 6, maybe an 8. I don't even know. I didn't calculate that right. This is less than 1/6 of that price. Keep in mind what you're buying. For that price, these work great. I would pay $100 for these. These are actually cheaper than how good they work. But you do have to realize that it's going to have its limitations. There's things like, if you charge these, after 100+ times of charging them, the battery is going to start to wear out. You've used this for over 100 shows for $40. That's a good deal. That is a really good deal. So keep in mind what you're buying. Some people are like, I'm not going to spend $40 if the battery doesn't last forever. It's like, you got to keep in mind what you're buying. My super nice Sennheiser system that I use in my, I can't have my wireless fail no matter what, is a $900 system. So you got to keep in mind what you're buying. And you're spending $40 on a wireless guitar system. So do I recommend this system? Absolutely. 100%. If you're looking at just buying one system, I do recommend this system. It is a great system for only $40. That's awesome. If you are interested in having that 3 different wireless systems for under $150, all on a different frequency range, I'd recommend the GETARIA 2.4 gigahertz one and the Amoon 5.8 gigahertz one. This is $40, $60, and $40. So you have 3 different wireless systems, all on different frequencies, 2.4 in UHF and 5.8. So if you're getting interference on 2.4, try another one. If you're getting interference on this one, try one of these, $140, and you have backup ones. So if you get there and you didn't charge your battery on this one, you can switch over to this one or whatever. $140. That's a ridiculous deal to have 3 different wireless systems all on different frequencies. And again, when I went to Turks and Caicos, that's exactly what I put in my bag, and they all worked great. So links will be in the description down below if you're interested in purchasing those as well. So I hope this helped you guys out. Thank you guys again for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, I would just ask that you hit the like button. It does a lot to help out the YouTube algorithm, push this video and my channel out to more viewers, so I'd really appreciate it. There are links down in the description down below on where to buy all of these products that I've mentioned. They are Amazon affiliate links, so they do help out my channel as well at no extra cost to you. If you guys have found any other cheap wireless systems that you want me to check out, don't forget to leave a comment. I'm always interested in checking out more wireless stuff, even though I already have way too many of them. Or if you guys just have any other cheap gear that you want me to check out, don't forget to leave them in a comment down below. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to check out my playlist of some of my other gear reviews, which you can see on the screen right now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.